I bought an alarm to go off whenever someone leaves the baby gate open. So my older brother Matt has these two German shepherds that are basically the size of small horses. When he moved in with us temporarily after his divorce, he brought both dogs, and our house turned into complete chaos. These dogs jump over everything, knock stuff down, and somehow always end up in rooms they're not supposed to be in. My mom has this expensive Persian rug in the living room that she got from her grandmother, and she was freaking out about the dogs ruining it. So we put up this baby gate to keep them in the kitchen area during the day. Simple solution, right? Wrong. Matt would come home from work, walk through the gate, and just leave it wide open, every single time. The dogs would immediately sprint into the living room, jump on the couch, and leave muddy paw prints everywhere. My mom would yell at him, he'd apologize, promise to remember next time, and then do the exact same thing the next day. This went on for like 3 weeks. My mom was getting more stressed every day, cleaning up after these giant dogs. She'd vacuum the rug twice a day and still find dog hair embedded in it. Matt kept saying he'd remember, but he'd walk in the door after work, focused on checking his phone or grabbing a beer, and just completely forget about closing the gate. One day I was at Home Depot getting stuff for a project when I saw this motion sensor alarm in the security section. It was one of those cheap ones that goes off when someone walks past it. I got an idea. I set it up right next to the baby gate, positioned so it would trigger whenever someone walked through without closing it behind them. The alarm was loud enough to wake the dead. I'm talking like fire truck siren loud. The first day I installed it, Matt came home around 6 p.m. like usual. I heard him walk through the gate, and exactly 10 seconds later, this ear-piercing alarm started blaring. The dogs started barking. My mom came running from upstairs thinking someone was breaking in, and Matt was standing there looking confused as hell. I explained what I'd done, and he laughed it off, said he'd remember to close it now. But the next day, same thing. Alarm goes off, dogs go crazy, mom comes running. Matt was getting annoyed but still not learning. By the third day, the alarm had gone off so many times that even the neighbors knew what it meant. Mrs. Henderson next door actually texted my mom asking if our security system was broken. But here's where it gets good. On Thursday, Matt brought this woman from work home for dinner. He was trying to impress her, talking about how responsible he was, how he was getting his life together after the divorce. They walked through the front door, he guided her through the baby gate, and immediately that alarm started screaming. The dogs came barreling out, jumped all over this woman's white dress, and she was not happy. She asked what was wrong with our security system, and Matt had to explain that it was because he kept forgetting to close a baby gate. The woman looked at him like he was a complete idiot, and left before they even had dinner. Matt was furious. He came into my room later that night saying I'd ruined his date and embarrassed him. I told him the solution was simple, just close the gate. He said the alarm was stupid, and that he'd just disconnect it. So the next morning before I left for school, I moved the alarm to a new spot, and put a note next to the gate that said, "Close me or face the consequences." I figured if he was going to be stubborn about it, I'd make it a game. For the next week, every single day that alarm went off when Matt came home, he'd try to find where I'd hidden it, but I kept moving it to different spots. Sometimes I'd put it on top of the gate, sometimes underneath. Once I even taped it to the ceiling above the doorway. The dogs were getting conditioned to the alarm too. As soon as they heard it, they'd start running toward the living room because they knew the gate was open. It was like Pavlov's dogs, but with chaos instead of food. Finally, after 2 weeks of this, Matt snapped. He came home on Friday, walked through the gate, and when the alarm went off, he just stood there and started yelling at it. "I hate this stupid alarm! I hate this stupid gate! I hate these stupid dogs!" But then, something clicked. He turned around, looked at the gate, and actually closed it. The alarm stopped. The dogs stayed in the kitchen. The house was quiet. From that day forward, Matt never forgot to close the gate again. He'd walk through, immediately turn around, and close it behind him.